Yo, welcome back everyone. This is another Stu42 Minecraft video. Here we have our chestnut trees we planted in the last episode. As you can see, some of them are ripening up, but not all of them, which seems to indicate that our hidden farm underneath is actually harvesting them. So we'll run underneath, we'll get straight into it, and go and see if we in fact have some seed oil. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Okay, so that's 750,000 seed oil. That's pretty good going. Now I haven't got anything using it yet. Yeah, there's another one coming in. That's cool. Okay, so seed oil sorted. Let's have a look in here. 5,300 string. That is a lot of string. The fertilizer, I only made those 2 stacks. It looks like it's only used 14 fertilizer, which is very, very small fertilizer use. I probably won't need to sort anything out. I might just make a few stacks and put that in there, manually look after it. We did end up with 8,000 chestnut wood, so what I might do first of all is let's get some impregnated sticks being made. So one of the other episodes I put the carpenter in. Let's just make them out of all the chestnut wood that we've got, and all we need to do is export that to there. This is going to start making it, and the sticks are going to start coming out. There we go, impregnated sticks. So that's going to start chewing up our seed oil a bit, which is going to be interesting to see. Obviously there'll be a big pile of impregnated sticks there to begin with. I'm then going to need to combine them into frames. So what I might do is I'll just very quickly, yeah, I'm just going to put another one in there, auto workbench. So we'll jump right in and get some frames happening. Now what am I going to need? That was an auto workbench. So back at my main base's system, I do have one already there. We're going to need our precision export bus because we're going to need to put string and impregnated frames into it. There we go, and we're going to need just a basic import bus will be fine. Now I've thought of a few ways of doing this, but ultimately I think I'm just going to make a lot of frames. I'm really going to have to watch this though, because it may just fill up that AE system with frames, and that's sort of the last thing we want it to do. We'll see how we go. We'll do it the same way I do everything, which is just put it in and see how we go. Alright, so we got that out. We need our import bus. Facing the right way already, that's awesome. Put our workbench in. Put our precision, it didn't go the other way. Where are we? Wrench, there we go. Now, what are we going to need? We're going to need sticks, string. I'm actually going to need a copy of each of these. Okay, didn't realize that was what we're actually going to need to do. And the string, there we go, impregnated frame. I'm going to need another piece of string. So we're going to need to export sticks and string. Ooh, that's going to be... So that's not going to make anything because it's going to constantly export sticks first before it gets to string. Now because string is only a single item to pump in, what I might do is I'm just going to reverse the order of these. And hopefully that is enough for the string to go in first, which will fill that up, and then we'll just be left with the sticks. Cool, so impregnated frames. Let's take one of those and we'll jump in here and go up to the alvearies, or underneath the alvearies. Now you'll see I did hollow out another bit here, and this is just to run and get to the farm underneath. I fixed up the export bus here to put fertilizer in, and the import bus is obviously getting the getting the chestnuts back out because we've got all that seed oil sitting there. So what we're going to do is, when I first made this, I have this interface and I have a provider pipe there. So in the interface, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, look, how about you keep, I don't know, let's just, because these don't stack, let's just keep 8 in there. Let's keep all 8. And then all we need to do is if we click on one of these with the wrench and go, yep, we want to keep a frame there and a frame there. And then if we look in there, ta-da, frames are going in. This will keep making them. So what I might do is I'll start with 4 frames. I know 6 is supposed to be the maximum amount, so let's just do the corners for now. Oops, where are we? So we'll keep the corners stocked with frames. Where are we? And see how much that actually improves our yield of our fuel and oil. Now even just these 4 frames in each of these alveoles should really, really boost the production quite significantly. So how are we going here? If I put that in, is it going to get sucked away? No, we've just recovered. Okay, so that's going to keep making. Let's jump back down. Excellent. So that's just going to keep 64 in there. Hopefully these will just fill up. This is, yes, it's going down slowly, but that's just because we happen to have, you know, a whole pile of wood, although we've used nearly 1,000 of this chestnut wood already. So what I'm probably going to have to do is I will set up a tree farm. The golems worked fantastically just for harvesting wood. I won't use chestnut wood, obviously. I'll use oak or something that's a bit faster to grow. But we'll just wait and see how this goes first. So already we can see we've got oily combs coming in. We're going to need another one of these centrifuges actually, because it's just never going to get, it's never going to get to the petroleum. Wow, okay, so let's make ourselves another one here. Do we want it to be right next to it? Maybe we'll leave a gap. Oh, that's where the power goes to get upstairs. Okay, so we're going to need a, yeah, I probably won't need a precision. I'll just need a basic one. So I'm going to need a centrifuge and 2 more buses. Let's run back to the main one for it to turn on. So we're going to need another. You know what? I'm going to just use a basic one for this. So use a basic one of those, a basic one of those. Come on. Okay, so we have an export. We have an import. Now we're going to need a centrifuge. Do I have any? Oh, I don't even have a pattern for one. So what do we need? Centrifuge is the sturdy casing with copper. So we have, we do have a sturdy casing on Autocraft, that's good. So let's get one of those. Get ourselves some copper. And glass for our centrifuge, excellent. Run back. Okay, let's put the string away, we don't need the string. Okay, so in here, what do we need? We need our import bus on the back, like that. Our centrifuge can go there. The export bus can go there. Now let's reprogram both of them. So we're going to need, we'll have to wait for one. Oh look, we've got some chestnuts coming through. That's good to see. We're making more than enough frames. But of course that's just because we have our excess wood and our excess seed oil to go through. Once this settles down and fills up with frames, we may find that seed oil can't keep up, or the wood can't keep up, or even the string can't keep up. Obviously the string's been going for quite a while now, real time, so maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe even 6 days I've had the string going. So we're looking at, yeah, just under 1,000 string per 24 hours. And that's still quite a lot of string. I'm going to need to do something with all this honey as well. Alright, so we're not getting any combs. Why not? Why are we not getting any combs? Why are we not getting any combs? Let's go have a look. Whoa! There's an unaccepted side effect. We need to take those out because the combs do not fit into there anymore. Wow, so yeah, that's good to know. Because, okay, so because I'm using the interface to export these frames, I'm using up all the inventory slots, so none of the combs were actually able to make it into there to be taken away into the AE system. Wow, okay, so got to remember if you're using one of those for that. And now, of course, we're getting combs. Cool, so let's quickly run back over here and say you are going to be oily combs, and you are going to be petroleum combs. Throw these back in. Let's see how fast these go. Now, this is the other thing. The production might be so high now that these two centrifuges cannot keep up. We'll wait and see what happens. So these are probably going to be going a lot more often now and pumping fuel through, purely because I think this is going to be squeezing the oily propolis a lot more. That's the other thing. If we get more centrifuges, we may need more squeezers as well. So we may need to scale this whole operation out. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this now. We've had a few false starts. The trees didn't work exactly how I wanted them to. We've had quite a number of issues along the way with various ways of doing this, but we've got seed oil, we've got string, we've got our frames being made, the bees are happily producing stuff. These things, okay, so the fuel one's keeping up, the oil one, yeah, maybe not. Of course, it's going to have to play catch up. 21, all right. And we've kept the theme of our island pretty much intact. So if we go back out and have a look. So yeah, we have no cables, no pipes, no nothing visible other than these few interfaces that the golems are going to do. This is where I'm going to put the trees. When I run out of that chestnut wood, this is where I'm going to put the oak trees and the golems for chopping those down. These 4 chestnut trees are the only things that kind of get harvested without anything visible. But because they're still harvested as if by magic, that kind of fits in with the whole this is a magic island. So even though there's sort of machinery hiding under the ground, I'm just going to call that magic, which fits with the island. And these things here, they're now running their frames just fine. Yep, both of them are running with their frames. Awesome. And we have our cotton running to get string over there. So I think that's pretty much it. This is going to be a fairly short episode just because we've managed to nail out those last bits of this process. I will probably have to come back and do a bit of a summary in maybe the next episode, just because we don't know how these numbers are going to work out. I haven't worked this out at all. I have no idea how fast these things are going to use the frames, how fast we're using seed oil, how fast we're using wood, how fast we're using string. I may find that I'm going to have, a lot of string left over, or a lot of wood left over, or I'm not sure which bit is going to run out first. The chestnuts might not keep up. I may need to get rid of one of those chestnut trees up there, or there may not be enough. 16, okay, so it looks like this is keeping up. It was 21 before. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I might just cut this episode short there as we've managed to get everything done. Next time I come back, hopefully this tank will have filled itself back up again. Here we go, it's depositing more as we watch it. That's awesome. Cool. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much it then for this time. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.